and a very good afternoon. How are you doing, everybody? It's CaminoDeMarty. We're back.
Yay.
Good morning,
Good
or good
morning.
afternoon,
Good
so to say.
afternoon, yeah.
We're kind of happy because we just had a run. We're a little bit we've got a run. We took a couple of weeks rest. As you know, 2 weeks ago we did the Sligo Camino. We had a wonderful time, didn't we?
We had a great day.
We had a great day.
Brilliant.
It was just something else. We just like to say well done. People who they're just gems. The people who get together and organise this every year. It was the 10th anniversary. Wasn't the organisation just unbelievable?
It really was, yeah.
There was people out everywhere, every corner, every turn in Killarney village. The little boys and girls giving the lemonade out on the roads.
Oh, they made their own lemonade.
They made their own lemonade way out in the back
lemonade.
behind the village of Killarney. Coming near the end, there was a little girl on a crossroads standing with two little containers of sweets. And said, would you like a sweet? Just when you're on your last 2 miles. Oh, beautiful. And the scenery, the weather, everything, the happiness, people talking, chatting, the food, all the ladies in the Cafe Fia at the end, wasn't it? You could have had enough food to feed an army and more if you liked it.
Full dinners and then loads of cake.
Cake, sweets,
coffee,
everything.
tea, everything.
So basically, we'd highly recommend it. Get going now. If you haven't done one before, if you start now, it'll only be a small thing when you get to near the time, and build it up over the winter, and then as you come out into the spring, sign up early because it sells out fairly quickly. That's our advice. Well done again, Sligo Camino people and everybody. Well done, just brilliant. Anyway, we took a 2-week break. We started back during the week with a couple of little small runs and a little longer one this morning, and we talked ourselves into maybe doing the Dublin City Marathon. Yeah? Yeah? Go on.
We've talked ourselves into doing the Dublin City Marathon.
I've done a good few marathons in the past, but I haven't done one in 15 years. Ustein has been dying to do one for the last 15 years, so we looked at each other and said, do you know what, maybe together we could shuffle through one. Shuffle is our word for this marathon. I have the rickety knees, a bit arthritic. They're not very bad, but they give me pain when after runs and things like that. And I'm trying to get routine. I am doing kind of routines, helping myself along. And but anybody out there suffering with knees, that's a runner or cyclist or anything, if you could give any advice at all, quick fix, you know, I know there's no quick fix, but good ideas, that things you can do that aren't too complicated, that will help out. Please, what's our address, email address?
The email address is thewayto70@gmail.com. So that's thewayto70@gmail.com.
Any advice you can give us at all, or just post it up on our pages.
Post it on any of the pages, CaminoDeMarty, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as well.
Facebook.
So you can message us on any of the platforms.
We'd really love your help. And on the other hand, Ustein is was an asthmatic all her life, struggles. And on some of the runs, she suffers bad luck. I'm not the asthmatic, so I let Ustein explain what happens to her on some of her runs.
Yeah, with the runs, I've tried to start running a few times actually, and what happens from the walking, I tend to get really out of breath, which is uncomfortable for me with the lungs. And some days I can go out and we'll do whatever distance and I'm fine, and then other days I might do 1.5 miles, and it's like I can get no air down. It's a very shallow breath, and I find it really hard to keep deep breathing, so it's a real struggle, and you constantly feel like you're kind of pushed out, is it, or kind of, you know.
Her heart rate goes up to 170 at times,
it does sometimes,
which is a big struggle for that. You take the inhalers.
I do, yeah. I take a preventative called Relvar, and then I have my Ventolin for, as I need it. But I never knew, I could never really conquer that side of it, where on a day I'd go out, feel great at the start, and then all of a sudden it was like I just blew up, I should say, for no reason, but that I just be out of breath all of the time. But
she's going to muster on. We're going to keep going, and if you have to slow down on certain days just for staying to get herself back, and if my knees are sore, just keep putting the gel on and taking the anti-inflammatories. But if you have any advice, any asthmatic out there who is a runner, asthmatics, male or female,
any tips, any advice, anything like that.
Anything at all. Just get, again, the email is
thewayto70@gmail.com.
Or indeed, any of our pages, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, the whole works. We're there. Any little help at all we get. So we're going to approach it. We're going to start building with a long one. We're going to do a 10 miler starting next week. We did 6 this morning, but we're going to do 10 next week, and then we're going to edge it up the second week to 12. Then we're going to come back to 10, up to 14, back to 10, 16, etc., right up. And we'll talk you through it, how we're feeling, how we're getting on, any problems, what kind of drinks we're using. We're probably going to try. Yeah, we're going to try the isotonics to help us along as well. So again, on that I've ran numerous marathons back in the day, the 80s, 70s, 80s, some 90s, and I did a couple in the noughties as well. And but I'm kind of nearly back to square one now, so beginning again. So everything has changed, the way people drink, the way people train, any bits of advice. But what we're doing is, I said to Shane, you're going for your first one. We'll do it in Dublin because it's our national city, the Dublin City Marathon. Any experience I've had, we're being brilliant. It's just a lovely. We've this done already, so we'll take this out. Anyway, so we'll be looking for your support. The same as always, getting getting likes and supporting us along the way, and just generally we'll be putting up little stories, and I'll be doing crazy things as well. Yeah. I like making it light-hearted, so it breaks up the time, makes a bit of fun out of it. We're going to be doing it for a charity. We decided so our charity is
the Irish Cancer Society. Obviously, it's close to everybody's heart, I think.
It is
our family, everybody's family. If it's not a friend or someone that you know, we're all touched by cancer. Unfortunately.
Yes, so we actually had 2 recent ones just recently in our family, and we know other people around us everywhere.
We have people in our family actually going through it at the moment and recovering and whatever.
Yeah. So
it was a no-brainer for us to do it for the Irish Cancer
Any
Society.
help that they can get for research and helping out in the hospices and the work that's done by people involved in all the cancer organisations is second to none, and we're all the community benefit from it. So we'll get back to that. So we'll be looking for your help, maybe a bit of funding, anything, a little bit, a couple of bob here and there, $5 here and there, and just if you could just nudge people on to give us a odd $5, we'll be putting up lots more information as the weeks go on.
Yeah.
And videos about this and that.
We'll be hoping to get our iDonate page up next week, and then we'll be kind of doing bits and pieces in between to help raise funds.
Yeah, we will. And any training advice, again, send it to the email address, because I'll be mine is probably all old school information. The way people train now is completely different. So any advice on training, but I think handy enough, 3 to 4 days a week, getting the right mileage in and everything is enough for just the shuffling pace. And shuffling is what it is going to be. Well, I'll be singing to Shane everywhere she goes now. Everybody shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. So we want you all getting in on the song. Everybody shuffling, shuffling. So do join us on our videos. Give us the likes, give us the old thumbs up, whatever it is you want to do.
That ties into asking people to donate for you not to sing.
Yes, I'd be singing songs all the way along, and if you want to donate, then we just shut up. That'll work too. So listen, thanks for your company during the Sligo Camino, and we're looking forward to your chats and your company and a bit of crack for the next 14 weeks as we get ready for Dublin. And we'll be praying for not too warm, not too cold weather on the day, and then we'll be doing decades of the Rosary. I do call on Blaze and Expedite. They're the big ones for that one, that it'll all go well. So until we chat to you soon, have a lovely weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.